So the new gameplay trailer just dropped for Liberty Falls. I should call it a cinematic trailer, but oh my god, it looks amazing. We see Richtofen in the flesh. We finally see what happened to his family to turn him into the way he is. And more so, actually, contrary to what we thought in Cold War, how Richtofen was the evil one, it seems like it's Samantha. And everything that Richtofen did in the previous game in Cold War, locking Requiem up on Terminus Island and trapping Samantha in the Dark Ether, we all thought Richtofen was the bad one. He was doing it for his own evil agenda, probably to get back at Samantha and Weaver for killing his wife and son. But actually, from this trailer, it makes Samantha seem like the evil one, and Richtofen was just trying to, well, still probably get revenge for his family, but do the right thing. This trailer definitely changed my perspective on this version of Richtofen. But anyway, let's go ahead and break it down. We kick off where we are in Richtofen's dream, or a flashback that he's having. He's sitting with his wife around this tree. By the way, the music that plays in this section is the same music that we heard in the final Cold War Zombies cutscene in Forsaken. So this song brought that game to an end, and it's introducing this game, which is quite cool. But yeah, Richtofen's sitting with his wife in the park. His son's playing in the background. His wife starts getting cold, so Richtofen gets up to go to the car to fetch her sweater. But as he does, his dream or flashback starts crumbling down, where he looks back and sees his wife and son on fire, burning alive. Richtofen says, "Maya, run," as he just watches them burn. Now, of course, this is in reference to them being killed during the Iran Revolution by Samantha and Weaver. We learnt in that game from a radio that Samantha sent Weaver on a mission that went wrong. Weaver ended up burning a house to the ground, but little did he know that a woman and her son were inside of it. And it just turns out this woman and child was Richtofen's wife and son. Both Samantha and Weaver killed them. And so in Cold War, everything that we witnessed Richtofen do, like I said, causing Samantha to become trapped in the Dark Ether, imprisoning Weaver in Terminus Island, was partly or maybe all of the reason to get revenge for what they did to his wife and son, killing them. And what we are seeing here is Richtofen having a flashback of him in the park. He then turns around to see his family burning. Of course, they didn't actually die here, they died in the house. But that's when he wakes up and realises it was just a dream, or I should say nightmare. Anyway, he wakes up in what looks to be his house in Liberty Falls, West Virginia in 1991. On his desk, he has a picture of himself and his wife and son. When suddenly the alarm system in the building starts ringing out, it says, "Warning, dimensional breach in progress." Richtofen goes to his monitors, where one of his scientists reports that there is something wrong with Sam. Richtofen then grabs his Wunderwaffe DG2 off the table. He says to the scientist, "Secure yourself, I'll deal with Sam myself." Zombies then start attacking the facility. One of the Terminus employees, I think Richtofen said his name is Glatchen. Richtofen tells him to secure the command post, call in response teams, and lock down Liberty Falls. Richtofen then continues fighting zombies throughout the building. He gets to the elevator, where he places his hands on the biometrics, but because he's being attacked by the zombies, he has to override the elevator, so he says, "Direct to Project Janice, emergency override," which opens the elevator. And then, as he's travelling down, gas fills up around him and starts attacking him. And Richtofen says, "I swear to you, Sam, you'll never be free," before disappearing. The doors to the elevator then open to reveal this device underground lifts up, and Samantha's voice is heard saying, "But Edward, I already am free." When I first saw this, it reminded me a lot of Sophia from Gorod Karovia, especially because of the voice, which I'm assuming is coming from the device. So does that mean Samantha was contained inside of it? Or maybe because she's trapped within the Dark Ether, she's going to use this as a vessel? I don't know, but one thing I can say is this looks absolutely amazing. To see Richtofen again and to also give us a different light on him, because in Cold War, all of the conniving things that he was doing definitely made him seem like the bad guy and Samantha was the good one. But after watching this, I don't really feel that way anymore, especially him losing his family due to Samantha and Weaver. Everything that he's doing is possibly to attempt to get them back. How? I don't know. And the other thing that's worth pointing out is if you listen to Richtofen's accent, as a child he sounded American, right? Just as Samantha did. However, here as an adult, again, you can definitely hear that German twang in his voice.
Sub-level 10, report.
Something's wrong with Sam. Dimensional breaches are occurring across the facility.
Secure your stuff. I'll handle Sam myself.
We do know Richtofen was sent off to an orphanage, and your accent is built up as a child, so even though he kind of had an American accent in the old timeline, if he was brought up in Germany in the new Dark Ether story, then that could explain it. He kind of sounds American/German. And another thing I want to point out is, even though I don't think his name was mentioned in this video, Edward's child's name is Samuel. So his wife was called Maya, his son was called Samuel. Is there a chance that he called his son Samuel after Samuel Stuhlinger? Because even though this version of Richtofen wasn't friends with Stuhlinger in the old timeline, when Samantha and Eddie were in the forest with Nikolai, they would have known that it was Stuhlinger along with Misty, Malton and Russman that essentially saved them. It was those characters that collected the pieces for the Argothan device to allow the multiverse to be destroyed, giving Samantha and Eddie the chance of a better life in this Cold War universe. Of course, none of that's gone to plan. This was supposed to be a universe free of zombies where Samantha and Eddie could grow up safely, which kind of makes Nikolai, Takeo and other Richtofen's deaths a little bit less meaningful, knowing that zombies just exist in this universe as well, and from the looks of it, they haven't had a better chance at life. But there's a chance Richtofen named his son Samuel after Samuel Stuhlinger. But yeah, this whole trailer is amazing, and I'm sure as I take a closer look, there'll be a lot more to take away from it. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed, stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.
Run! For God's sakes! Run!
Warning. Dimensional breach in progress.
Sublevel 10, report.
Something's wrong with Sam. Dimensional breaches are occurring across the facility.
Secure your stuff. I'll handle Sam myself. Blanchard, secure the command post. Call in response teams. Get Liberty Falls locked down. Copy?
Copy.
Richtofen, dead. Director, Project Janus! Emergency! Override! I swear to you, Sam! You'll never be free!
But Edward, I already am.